right, well, thank you for coming, everybody. My name is Jeff Franco. I'm the Executive Director for Pottawattamie Conservation. With me today, co-host is going to be Kylie, Jacott, our Community Outreach Manager. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Crescent Hill, the draft version of the master plan for this place. We're not going to get into a lot of the details, but we are going to talk about the process. And I first want to start by talking about why you guys think you're here. And you probably think that you're here because Pottawattamie County a few years ago purchased a ski area, and we're planning to do something with it now. And that's partly true, but it's not the entirety of the truth. The rest of the truth lies in probably three primary reasons for why Pottawattamie County first acquired Mount Crescent a few years ago. And truth be told, those three reasons have hardly anything to do with this place having a ski area. So, to really understand those three reasons why Pottawattamie County acquired Mount Crescent, you have to understand the mission, the vision, and the purpose of Pottawattamie Conservation, and the mission, and the vision, and the purpose of Hitchcock Nature Center. Hitchcock Nature Center primarily exists to promote an awareness and appreciation of the Loess Hills in western Iowa. The Loess Hills in western Iowa were formed shortly after the last ice age. The westerly winds swept across the Missouri River Valley. They began picking up silt and depositing it on the eastern side of the Missouri River. Over thousands of years, that silt piled up to the hills you see today. In essence, those hills formed just like snowdrifts, but instead of snow overnight, they formed with loess over thousands of years. There are two places on the planet that have a Loess Hills landform. One is in China along the Yellow River, and the other is right here in western Iowa. Unfortunately, the Loess Hills in China have been degraded to the point where they no longer possess any of their natural characteristics, which makes the Loess Hills of western Iowa the only Loess Hills landform on this planet that still possesses its natural characteristics. It makes the Loess Hills landforms in both areas globally significant. However, the second primary reason that Pottawattamie Conservation and Pottawattamie County acquired the ski hills was part of Pottawattamie Conservation's mission to provide kind of restoring and maintaining what's left of Iowa's natural history. At one time, Iowa was covered in 85% prairie. Today, less than 0.1% of that prairie remains. Most of it is located in the Loess Hills, and some of the largest tracts of remnant prairie and the highest quality tracts of remnant prairie exist at Hitchcock Nature Center and the surrounding properties, including what was prior to the rebrand, Mount Crescent, what is now Crescent Hill. The North American grassland is one of the fastest disappearing ecosystems on the planet as well. What we're doing here is preserving what little is left of some of the most significant ecological systems on the planet. The third primary reason that Pottawattamie County acquired Mount Crescent ski area was Pottawattamie Conservation's mission to serve the people of this county with outdoor recreational spaces. But when we compare Iowa and the county to its peers, we see that Iowa ranks near the bottom of all 50 states when it comes to its ability to offer public lands for its residents. And when we look at Pottawattamie County within one of the states that ranks near the bottom, we see that despite the county being the second largest in land area and the 10th largest in population, of all 99 counties, we rank 83rd in the number of natural areas we provide for people to recreate in, and we rank near the middle in the number of acres. Another metric for us to look at this issue through this lens would be in acres per person. When we consider the acres per person, we see that Pottawattamie County offers 1/3 the number of acres that the average county in Iowa does. That is not 1/3 the top county in the state. Pottawattamie County ranks in the bottom 1/6 of all counties in Iowa. So it makes sense when you think about protecting the Loess Hills, that when the owner of Mount Crescent a few years ago approached Pottawattamie County and said, "I'd like my property to become a part of Hitchcock Nature Center," that the Conservation Board and that the Board of Supervisors said, yes, this is what we want to do. Within the boundaries of Mount Crescent existed high quality ecological communities and Loess Hills. It makes a lot of sense for Pottawattamie County and Pottawattamie Conservation to expand Hitchcock Nature Center to protect an additional 106 acres of this area as it butts directly against Hitchcock Nature Center. It wasn't that we were after acquiring the ski hill. What we were after was protecting part of the globally significant Loess Hills and the ecological communities that exist on that site. Of the 106 acres acquired, Only 35 of those acres are dedicated to ski operations. It's not that I want to diminish the significance of the ski area. This area has existed for 60 years. Other ski areas have come and gone in that time. However, Mount Crescent has persisted. It's clear that the members of this community want Mount Crescent, they want Crescent Hill to maintain this recreational resource for this community, both taxpayers within the county and at large. So when the county took over, we realized that maintaining this resource was going to be a significant part of what we do. We put several upgrades in place. We updated the electrical, the snowmaking system, several safety issues were corrected, the kitchen and food service was improved, online experience become much more user-friendly, and the operational efficiencies have resulted in a customer experience that's much better. It's not that the lines have gotten shorter, it's that the wait times in those lines have gotten shorter. People go through the line to get their ticket faster, to get their rentals faster, and as they're waiting to get on the chairlift, those lines go faster as well. And the customers have responded. Since the county's taken over, we've seen a dramatic increase in visitation compared to the previous owner, and we've also seen our online presence, a place where so often you get very negative reviews. People speak their minds freely. But for us, this has been a very positive experience. You can see that after our first year of operation, we increased our reviews on Google by nearly 1 star, which got us thinking, what could be? How can we leverage this place to further the mission of Pottawattamie Conservation, Pottawattamie County, and better serve the people of this area? We knew that we could run a ski hill, we figured that out. What we weren't confident in was our ability to take the ski hill and make it something more. So we invested and acquired the help of one of the industry's leaders when it comes to this, the SC Group. They specialize in optimizing ski area operations, and they specialize in taking single season operations and turning them into 4-season operations. With their help, we knew that we could put together a solid plan. However, we also knew that we'd be pulled in many different directions. To keep us true to our values, we created guiding principles to make sure that we stay true to the guiding principles and what's important to Pottawattamie Conservation and the county and its taxpayers. With those guiding principles, working through a very methodical approach, there was a significant amount of market research that was done, review of the operations, current operations, potential future operations, and analysis of this site as well, significant community engagement to the tune of 1,300 community members providing feedback, several key stakeholder groups committed to this as well, and a financial analysis of both our current and potential future operations. With that, we were given a plan that provided guidance and validation for our desire to turn this into a 4-season recreation destination. It included proposed activities, events, potential facilities that could be here as well, and it provided the financial metrics that would accompany all of that as well. The plan, generally speaking, lays development out into 3 general periods or phases. Called those the immediate, the intermediate, and the aspirational phases. Each of those development phases are generally governed by our ability to fundraise, the time we have to do it, and our operational needs. We're aware that the immediate and the intermediate phases are things that we feel very strongly about. Those are going to be our focus as we move forward. The aspirational items are things that are big ticket items. They'd be the regional draws. They'd be the thing that put this place on the map from a broader perspective. But we also know that these are just that, they're aspirational. We need to get the immediate and the intermediate phases clicking on all cylinders before we begin to move into the aspirational. The timelines around all of this are fluid, revolves around fundraising and our operational success. Further, we're looking to take a balanced approach with this. We are not looking to overextend Crescent Hill at Hitchcock. Our goal really with this plan is to develop a 4-season regional attraction that is financially and operationally self-sustaining and sustainable for current and future generations. And sustainable, we mean operationally, financially, as well as the natural resources that exist on this hill. To support that goal, we've provided 3 primary objectives that we're looking to utilize. The first one is the designation of Crescent Hill at Hitchcock as an enterprise fund. Our first year of operation, Mount Crescent operated on the taxpayer's dime. During that season, we were able to pay back all of the taxpayer dollars that we used to fund our operation, and then some, giving $350,000 back to the county after that first year. But starting in year 2, it was designated as an enterprise fund, which, as Iowa code generally speaking, defines that it's a government operation that operates primarily off of the revenues that it collects. In short, it will operate as a standalone private business. It helps us put into perspective that we cannot rely on taxpayers. This operation needs to run clean and efficiently. We need to make sure our customers are happy. They will dictate the future for us. Our second objective is a standalone phase development. As we go through this, we want to develop our immediate phase, and we'd like to get to the point where we can develop our intermediate phase. But we do not want the intermediate phase to be reliant upon the immediate phase, and we don't want the immediate phase to be reliant upon the intermediate phase. Both of those should stand alone, contributing to the larger objective, the larger operation, but if one of those were to fail, the other one will still stand alone. The final objective is additional analysis prior to each subsequent development phase. We are aware that the financial, the economic, and the political climate can change every so often. As we go through these phases, we will do initial analysis that will look back at what we did once upon a time back in 2025, and we'll say, are those findings still valid? Should we move forward at this point? That will determine whether or not we move forward, or if we hit pause on this and say we'll wait for a more opportunistic time to move forward with future developments. And as we consider all of this that I've just discussed, it lets us see into the future potential for a vision that is different, very different than what we've had in the past, which is one of the reasons that we felt that this year was the time to rebrand this place. And to discuss that a little bit, I'm going to turn over to Kylie Jacott, and she will discuss the rebranding process.
Thanks, Jeff. So, in anticipation of this master plan work, our team kind of concurrently, as we were working on the master plan, also worked with different rebrand stakeholders to come up with a new mark and a new name for this place. Something we talk about as a team is that change can be very hard. So rolling out this brand, we've gotten interesting feedback from the community, some mixed, some really positive. But we feel really confident that we put the work into not only the master plan, but this new name and vision for this place. And over time, the public will see, as things are slowly phased through development, that this place is very special for our community, not only economically, but for protecting remnant prairie here. So we've got Crescent Hill at Hitchcock. And I wanted to get into just a few reasons behind the name itself. So ever since this place opened its doors in 1961, Crescent has been a part of the name. It's very much tied to the community of Crescent. Incorporating at Hitchcock helps the public understand that it is officially a part of the 1,500-acre Hitchcock Nature Center. Trails loop through this area and connect back all the way to our Les Hills Lodge. And then it also puts focus back on the Les Hills. Without this globally significant landform, we wouldn't be able to do awesome recreational activities that are unique, especially in Iowa, like skiing, snowboarding, sledding, all that good stuff. Looking at the mark and the colors, you can see these organic shapes layer, just like Les has layered to form this ecologically significant area. And the colors are also a blend of our conservation brand and our county brand, kind of showing that unity there. And then together, along with the master plan, the name and mark help position this area as a 4-season destination, not just a place that people go in the winter, but someplace that they can go year-round to enjoy really unique recreational activities that contribute to Pottawattamie County's local economy and the greater Omaha, Council Bluffs metro area. So with that, we've got some things that are staying the same. So we're going to continue to offer all the winter recreation activities we always have. That includes resident discounts, that includes season passes. Mark your calendars, season passes will go on sale September 1st. And then Pottawattamie County will continue to own the area, and the Conservation Department, Pottawattamie Conservation, will continue to manage the area. So all those things are staying the same. And then in terms of what's changing, and I'm sure you noticed as you drove in today, we've got some new signage up. We're working over the next several months leading into this coming ski season to incorporate more changes. But we've got some new visuals with the brand. We've got a new website, explorecrescenthill.com, which is the new home for ticketing, information, all that good stuff. And then if you follow us on social, we've updated all our handles. If you're following us before, you're good, you're still in the loop. And if you're looking for us, our new handle is at High Crescent Hill. So that's what we got. Yeah.
So we didn't get into a lot of the details on this plan necessarily. We talked a lot about the why of this plan. We really want people to go upstairs, explore the boards, explore the plan, provide their feedback. And that's how we want you to dig into kind of the nitty-gritty of this plan. For those that can't make it today, there will be an online platform that'll have all of this information as well, that will collect feedback there as well. And that will be open through June 30th, is that right, Kylie?
Yep.
So it'll be open for the next 30 days for anybody in the public to come and provide their comments. Appreciate you guys showing up today, and are there any questions?